We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these churches and this industry? Let me. We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these radio stations? Come on, let me. Maybe it's not good for business. If this your reason, listen. There is something called the mission that's been God-given. Different tasks, but still our purpose the same. To seek and save that which is lost by preaching the name Jesus, the Son of God, who died for us all. But there's some, unless we bring it like this, man, they won't listen at all. Are you saying just let these die and go to hell? Hell no, till the cross we bail. Just me be there. This be the spark that marks the start for the revolution. I guess you can call it a movement, cause we moving out like brigades, laying our lives on the line. When your destiny is heaven, you don't mind dying. At least for me, I'm a soldier, I pledge my allegiance to Emmanuel, the only begotten Son, Jesus. This world is dying for answers, perishing in its sin. Could it be I had the antidote? Let me. We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these churches and this industry? Let me. We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these radio stations? Come on, let me. It's all political. That means once they're convinced that this music can make the money, then we in the door. Until then, remain faithful at heart, cause in the scheme of things it's all about Christ. But we just playing our parts, but it hurts, it seems nobody cares about these kids in the ghetto. Who's gonna meet them there? E93 is there, in constant rotation. But us who rap for Christ, there's no support from our own stations. But then you say it's time to reach the youth. Are you serious? And you wonder why I'm furious. This ain't no game, you ain't gonna reach these thugs in the ghetto with Bird in my hair. And day by day I'm more convinced that's not your intent. So I proceed to open fire, exposing you phonies. If you was about winning souls, then this world would know me. This world is dying for answers, perishing in sin. I have the antidote. Let me. We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these churches and this industry? Let me. We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these radio stations? Come on, let me. Sometimes I wanna quit, feel like throwing in the towel, cause opposition reigns and I'm trapped in the showers. Despite the hell I face in and out of my day, it seems evil arises even where I lay. But it won't take me cause I'm more than a conqueror. I keep on running and hurtling despite my obstacles. This world is dying and I'm about to die trying to revive and this be the passionate mission of Zion. Thoughts of my past sins got me gasping. Can I really reach the masses? I'm asking. And it's through this music that my voice is heard. And once it's heard, it delivers as long as it's the word. A generation of babies is out there going crazy. Insanity's gripping me, watching them die daily. The radio waves are cursed, promoting sin. It's gonna take God to get me in for sure. We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these churches and this industry? Let me. We lost one generation, we losing another. You said you don't like it, but who said you had to love it? What about these kids who dying to sin to these radio stations? Come on, let me in. Yeah, I'm talking to the churches right now. We must come out of our traditional ways. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the choice of music, a lot of us say, well, you know, I don't care for the gospel rap, you know, but maybe it's not for you. You know what I'm saying? But what about your kids, your grandkids, whose choice of music is rap or hip hop? Huh? What about your kids and the artists that they choose to listen to? Artists like Eminem, 50 Cent, Tupac Shakur, just to name a few. Whose lyrics are filled with sex, violence, and rebellion. And who are we as the body of Christ that's not gonna move with God and try to combat the spiritual war? Yes, we losing so many of our babies. They out there going crazy. But yet still we sit and we allow it to happen. But God has gifted some of us to be able to bring the gospel in this form. And we are a body of members. When are we gonna come together and unite and utilize each and every one of our strengths for the glory of God?